Okay.
Hi students, I just got through watching your introduction speeches and I enjoyed learning all about you and your family and your career goals and your future goals. I just wanted to give you a little bit of feedback so we can all be on the same page in terms of the requirements of the speech and make sure that we move forward from here in a successful manner. The first thing I want to mention is audience. We must have an audience for these speeches. We're doing public speaking. We cannot do public speaking without a public. So you must gather at least 6 adults and they need to be shown in your video. I know some of you had an audience, but I could not see them, therefore I did not give you points. Please get in the habit of not only gathering an audience of 6 people, but also having your camera person show them. It's not your camera person's fault, it's your fault. You're responsible for making sure that these requirements are met. So make sure you follow the assignment very carefully and closely. This time I gave you the grade for the speech minus the points for the no audience. And so next time you need to realize there will be no grade at all if there's not an audience. We must have an audience because we're trying to emulate as best we can in this online setting a face-to-face speech situation like you would experience in a classroom or professional setting. So you really need to make sure, I'm stressing this over and over again, you really need to make sure that you have an audience of at least 6 people and you are speaking to that audience. Alright? Please review the speech module. It is right under the Start Here module. I know we haven't gotten to the public speaking chapters in the textbook yet. I did not count off for small delivery issues at this point because we haven't gotten there yet. But please know that you can go into that speech module and learn about how to organize a speech, how to deliver a speech, how to design speaker notes for a speech. All of those things are there for your reference, and of course you will be referencing those things as you prepare for your next speech, which is the informative speech. A few tips that I want to make sure we go over. Your camera person, please make sure you thank them for recording your speech first of all. They did a nice job. You need to instruct them on just a couple of things. Of course, in addition to panning the audience before you speak, once you start to speak, please let your camera person know that the camera needs to stay on you. We don't need to go back and forth seeing the audience. Also, the camera person needs to sit with the audience. They don't need to be over here to the side somewhere where we can only see this part of you. They need to sit with the audience that you're talking to. You can include the camera person in your eye contact, but also look at the other people in your audience as well. We want them to sit with the audience so we can see the front of you and see your face. Make sure that you don't stand in front of a window or an open door. The lighting that creates puts a shadow on your face and it just makes it a little difficult to see your expression. And so once again, kind of think a little bit about where you stand in the room. Be prepared. Even though this is an introduction speech about yourself, you need to be prepared. That was part of the assignment. Don't just wing it. It's very easy to wing this type of speech because, of course, you are the expert on this topic. But you do need to make sure that you have an introduction, a couple of main points, and a way out, a conclusion, a definite ending. This is important. Some of you kind of were making things up as you were going along, or you weren't quite sure where you were going to go next. So make sure you're prepared and you have a plan and you follow that plan. Most importantly, you need to make sure you practice that plan before you speak in front of your audience. Alright, if you did not receive a grade for this speech, I have all the speeches graded, but if you go online and you did not receive a grade for this speech, that means that I could not access your video. So you need to check. Go check your grades. Make sure that there's either a number grade, or if you did not complete the speech at all, there's a 0. But if you attempted and I just could not access your video, there's no grade there at all. This indicates to you that there was a problem. It was most likely set to private when the video should have been set to public. So you need to make sure that that is rechecked, reworked, uploaded again, whatever you need to do by Tuesday so I can get that graded for you. So check that and make sure that everything is turned in properly. The last thing I want to talk about is just make sure that you're preparing and you're looking ahead, you're thinking about this, and that you're not really just throwing something together. We want to give you a good experience with this speech class, and part of that is your responsibility of working with those around you, gathering people as an audience, and really just make sure that you have read the assignment and understand it. I did make comments on a grading rubric that is attached to your grade. I believe if you click on your actual grade, that rubric with my comments will pop up on it. So make sure you go back and check that, and hopefully that feedback will give you some indication of the things you did well and the things that you could improve. Overall, I really enjoyed the speeches. I thought you did a nice job and enjoyed learning more about you. We've got a really interesting, diverse group, and I think it'll be a really fun semester. If you have any questions about anything or need me to explain something more fully in another one of these videos, please let me know. I'd be happy to do that. As you're going through the speech module and you come across a topic that you think needs expounding on a little bit more, perhaps maybe like the difference between an outline and speaker notes, and you want me to make a video on that, please just let me know. I'd be happy to do any of that as well. But that's all I've got for now. If you have any questions, as always, just send me an email or message me through the Canvas inbox, and I am here to help you. Thank you so much.